Hello everyone. I hope everyone who is watching here today is having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. So as you might have seen that these nails today are going to be a recreation, and again I got this from Pinterest. So this was a stress-inducing event for me because for me, when I decided that I wanted to have a recreation series on my channel, I challenged myself that it was going to be an exact match to the T of whatever it was that I was going to be recreating. Color, everything, like so. So here we are. I know there are some of you who are waiting for the 2 videos I promised you guys. Trust me, I haven't forgotten. It's just I have a Temu haul first. Or I can do the Temu haul in between. Okay, I'll see. So, all right. At the beginning of this video, I was just showing what all I will need for this set. And when I saw the set, I fell in love with it, but I was worried that I probably didn't have the color as much as I loved everything about it. I was like, I please hope I have a color. It mustn't be close to it. It must be exactly it. Oh boy, was I not jumping for joy when I found that I actually had one. It was old, like it was one of those gel colors that I hardly used, but it was old because it was almost finished. So there I was happy, and I was happy that I found it. I'm thankful for that. Shoo. Right. Oh, sorry about the noise. Public holiday here and kids are not at school. All right. Firstly, the thumb and the pinky, I have painted them nude. They have a nude background. I applied 3 coats of this polish. It was one of my original polishes. So, you know, when you buy something and you're not aware that the cheaper it is, sometimes it just means the quality is also going to be bad. I applied like 3 or 4 coats of this. All right. And then then I'm going to apply the design on top of this one. The 3 middle fingers. Oh, here I'm just showing you. I could have left this part out, but I decided to show you just how translucent that was on a clear background. So I decided I'm going to apply a white background for the other 3 nails that are going to have that green on them, because the thumb and the pinky, they already have the background, which is the nude. And these ones are going to have mostly that green. What color is that? Anyway, they will have mostly that green, and they needed a nice background to work on that way, saving me applying too many layers of this green, because as you saw how translucent it is, it was just going to be too lumpy. All right. What else? Okay, so I love this brush, this painter brush, because it was almost magical. You know, it was almost like I just put it down and I glide my hand, and then the thing just goes exactly where I want it to go without me worrying about it having a mind of its own and going its own separate way. And then there are different lines that I didn't want, or I have to wipe off a lot of things. Anyway, let me just mention quickly that, okay, wait, hold on. Let me just wait for these kids to stop screaming. By the way, not my kids, those kids who are making the noise, next door neighbor's kids. Okay, quickly. Let's get back to the video. Over here, I left some clips, right, in real time. Some, like 2 or 3 in real time, but everything else is sped up. So I don't think that that's my actual speed, and I'm sure some people have a trained eye and they can see, nah, that is actually too fast. The parts that I sped up, the ones where I'm doing the lines, like this one here. It looks like I'm going normal speed, maybe, but no, it is actually sped up. I needed to take my time there. Super extra slow is what it is. Super extra slow. Yeah, guys, I am always saying I'm thankful and grateful to subscribers and new subscribers and everybody watching and everything, old and new. But let me also mention how much I am actually grateful and thankful to the people who have their own contents out there, because I have learned so much from every one of you, actually. Not only nail stuff, but the different characteristics of people, moods, vibes, experiences, life experiences, everything. Quickly, I want to come in here quickly. Right now I'm looking for butterflies, and they gotta be the same size. The two butterflies have to be the same size, but they both have to be closely resembling this picture over here. So which means they gotta be more greenish. But the transfer foils that I have here in front of me, they have more blue than the green. But you won't actually have exactly the exact same thing that the picture has. If that were the case, I would right there and then go play the lotto. Though I don't believe that that's a sign to play the lotto. But can you imagine? Yeah, I would rather say maybe it would snow, pink snow, before I can go and play the lotto. That I would rather take it as a sign that it's about to be bad. So anyway, I'm sizing them up here, and I'm trying to see if it sticks, so that I know that while I'm trying to size it up, I must make sure it doesn't stick onto the nail, and the nail was a bit sticky. And so I'm sizing it up and everything. And now I found the perfect butterflies. Every other one was not falling into the color that I needed, and these two came closest. And what else? Yeah, now I am putting them on backwards so that they don't transfer, because I haven't applied the transfer glue yet. I'm just sizing them so that I know where I need to make the lines for the next, for the next step in the doing the nails. Okay, someone came in and distracted me, sorry about that. Yeah, that's what I'm marking right now. I just want to make sure that everything is perfectly in line, and that the butterflies, before I remove them, that they were in the perfect positioning, and sitting in the proper position. Now here there were a lot of wiping, redoing, wiping off and doing and redoing but I removed most of that from here. But what is happening is I moved in my head. I moved from painting up and down, painting the nail up and down, to now I need to make a thin line going across. So my brain, my eyes needed to adjust and readjust. So that's why there were so many wipings and all that, until I got to a very comfortable place. A comfortable place. I'm still going to get to a very comfortable place. So I got to a comfortable place where take your time, be slow, adjust. This is where a straight line is, and this is how it'll go, and this is how it will flow. Self-talk while I'm busy doing nails. And I guess that's why I can't do in real-time videos, because I talk too much to myself and I talk a lot of nonsense. So a voiceover is controlled, and I get to say to still be politically, yeah. So that is what I'm doing here. I am now perfecting the lines that I started halfway across. Now this is the very comfortable place, because I noticed or realized that too many things were shaking at the same time, which means my left hand was shaking, trying to be steady, and my right hand was also shaking. So one of them had to be completely still. So I had to put the nail down on the table and then make only one thing move at a time. That's just me. Don't worry about it. As I was saying, so I learned so much from everybody, and I learned the different people, different characteristics. And then, but when it came to nails, I also learned a lot too from you guys, watching your people's contents. I learned even from people who are brand new. I learned a lot of things, even from people who have been there since forever, you know, the OGs. I've learned a lot also from them. So I want to tell you guys, I also appreciate each and every one of you too. I wish I could mention you guys by name and say this is what stands out for me about you when I listen or watch your videos, and you know, but I always look forward to watching your people's videos, and that's mostly on weekends, you know, because during the week I'll be filming, I'll be recording, and while I'm recording I'll be watching some videos, and somehow during the week there are a few videos, but then like on weekends or something there are so many more videos, and I like look forward to it. I'm like, yes, it's time to sit and listen to this one. Oh, I like to listen to this one's intro. I like to listen to this one's whatever. And I wonder what this one is going to teach me today. So, okay, rambling on too much. But you guys are like new friends that I found that I didn't realize I needed. Because y'all also keep me going and keep me inspired. I don't like doing voiceovers. Nobody asked, but I'm just telling. This I also heard from Juan's wife, Toy. I heard her say this, and I was laughing, and I'm like, that's exactly me. I don't like the sound of my voice, so after I do voiceovers, I don't listen to my videos. I did the beginning of me starting my channel. I used to give my husband homework. I'm like, I recorded, I posted, please go listen. And then you'd come back and tell me, your voice is not audible when it's at 2 minutes 3 seconds or something like that. And then I would come back and I correct it. So I also don't really like that. I love doing nails. I love everything about this whole thing except the voiceovers. There were times where I wanted to just have a channel where I don't talk at all. But I found the more videos I made, there were some people who were either asking questions or were commenting or something, but whatever it was, I don't remember what it was exactly or specifically, but then it made me think, maybe don't be silent too much, because I'm not a talker. I don't like to talk too much, and I've always found it weird talking to myself as if I'm talking to people who are in front of me. So that's also another thing that makes me not like doing voiceovers. It's weird. In my head I know it's a lie, and I don't like to entertain a lie, but well, it's working out this way, so I just have to do it this way. I hope I made sense. And sometimes if I only talk for like, oh yeah, in my first few videos, I used to talk like the first 5 minutes only. That's how little I used to talk. I'm surprised, like even now that I'm talking this much. To me, this is all unnecessary. You didn't ask for it, so why am I even saying it? To me. But when I listen to other people, I will watch other people's videos and contents. The conversations are like interesting, and I'm like, how did you come up with that? And I wouldn't have come up with that. But anyway, I hope I'm rambling something that makes sense. Anyway, with this, as you see how translucent this is, how like light it is, transparent it is, I had to do like two or three coats, and then I went in with this paint and brush, so that I could spread the whole gel around the area that needed it, because with its own brush, the brush from the bottle of the gel, it was moving it to one spot only. So I just and then if I wanted that to happen, which means I would have to do like multiple layers, so I just added a good amount of gel, and then I spread it around with the brush, with the liner brush. a bummer that happened with this nail is the black line was a little too far from the green, and I didn't want to move the black into the green because then it wasn't going to be a straight line. So what I did, without realizing it, and it was already too late, I took the green and I painted the small section next to the black that was showing the nude background, but it led the black to bleed into the green. But excuse me, I wasn't worried too much about that because you'll see why later on. I wasn't worried about it too much, but just be aware that I'm aware of that. And if you weren't aware of it, keep looking at it and you'll see why I say don't worry about it, because I'll take care of it later, or at least it takes care of itself later. All right, keep watching. I'm applying matte top coat now, and because of the different gels that were applied at different coats, it made the nails bumpy and lumpy. So I'm applying the matte top coat and hoping it will level the surface. And matte is bleeding, the black is bleeding onto the white because of the matte top coat. But this matte top coat doesn't mean that the work is done. It's just so that whatever I want to do on whatever pattern or design I want to go on to these nails now will have a nice surface, dry surface to lay on instead of it being slippery. It's time for the butterflies to step into this design and find their final place. What I'm doing now is applying the transfer foil glue. After that, I let it dry, and then I place the foils on. And this glue of mine have seen better days. I think it's starting to get dry now. What it does is it now leaves streaky marks, streaky lines. And when I do the transfer, I have to now press even harder so that everything transfers into it. It's not a smooth surface anymore where I can just lay it down and then it self-levels and then it dries out smoothly. No, now it leaves streaky lines and it dries off with streaky lines, and sometimes the transfer is not 100% transferred because the glue is now, I think, getting old or is drying out. It's time for a new glue. I do have a spare. It's just, I think this is what it needed to go through for me to say that's it. Anyway, that's the only part that didn't transfer, that little white wing, but you will think it's part of the design. Anyway, everything now is gonna be matted. Everything is in those two butterflies. What do I say here? What I say is, it's the time where I tell you the 3 things that I found that were bugging me, were a problem for me. Number 1, starting off with this, it's not in the order that they happened. I'm starting with this because it's the last thing. Before I started this channel, I tried doing stamping, with the stamping plates and everything. I was just not winning. Then I started the channel, and then I started following this lady called Latina Nail Designs. And in one of her videos, she was doing a stamping video. And then she mentioned that, sometimes the problem, I was always thinking the problem was me. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the hang for it or whatever. But then she mentioned in one of these videos that it's not always the person. So she was actually talking as if she was encouraging people not to write off stamping, because most of the time it's not user error. It's not the person who's the problem. Sometimes it's the gel, sometimes it's the stamping plate. It just won't pick up. So you won't learn everything from one place, but her advice and everything gave me the confidence to go and retry them again and do it the way that she did. She said, and when I did it, it actually worked. And then now, during this nail set that I was doing, I realized there's something else that I learned and I can maybe impart to you guys. Sometimes it's also the scraper. This thing on my right hand. Sometimes it either is old or it wasn't well manufactured, so it doesn't wipe off the whole, you understand. It leaves some streaky marks on the pattern, and I didn't realize that. So then I said, maybe let me change the scrapers and see if another scraper will pick up the same way. I'm already using a different scraper here. I didn't show you. It's plain. It doesn't have any writings on them, and I should have shown you, which means I must have edited that part out. But yeah, I learned that sometimes it is not like the other things, it's also the scraper. And it was always making me pick up a messed print, and the pickup was not clean and clear. It would have the design, but it would have like some very small fine lines. Change your scraper, look for another one. And what else? Oh, that's one. So that's number 1 problem that I picked up about the set and that I learned, and I didn't like that it didn't come out perfectly here. Second problem, what was my second problem? Second problem. Hold on. Okay, second problem. I learned now that I need to apply a layer of base coat onto whatever I'm about to apply a matte top coat on. This will prevent any gel bleeding onto any other color gel. I wonder if that makes sense. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is my stamping plate had leopard spots, leopard print, but they were much closer. The pattern was, they are much closer, and whereas the the original picture, theirs were a little further apart. So yeah, I noticed that, in case you might have noticed. And yeah, and you can let me know if maybe there's anything that I have left out that maybe you picked up, and let me know what you guys think about this set. Please click on like, and also subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Subscribe.